Hello everyone and welcome to EcoMate, where economics is simplified and made easy for you. This is our next class. In the last class we have discussed about features of microeconomics. In this class we are going to study the importance of microeconomics, and we will understand that how the microeconomics is important for us to understand and to study. So these are some of the points which are there. We will be studying that in the depth. Let's start with the class. You can see that the first point which is mentioned here, that is the price determination. Now why the price determination is important in the microeconomics? You can just see that the prices of the commodities which will be there in the market, that will be decided by the microeconomics theory. We have price theory in the microeconomics, and microeconomics explains how the prices of the different products will be determined by the supply of the product and the demand of the product. These are the two market forces by which the prices of the products will be decided. This is what is studied under the scope of the microeconomics. And then we also focus on the factors of production, like the producer has to produce output with different kinds of inputs with him. So let's say capital, land and labor, which he has to hire. So the prices of these factors of productions will be decided. That will be the subject matter of the microeconomics. Microeconomics gives you the idea about the prices of these factors of productions. So this is why it becomes important for us to understand the microeconomics and the theories which are there in the microeconomics. Second point which is mentioned here, that is the free market economy. Microeconomics gives you the idea about the free market economy, and microeconomics helps us in understanding the working of the free market economy. Now there are different markets which are there, but the closed kind of market where the government intervention will be there, so that is not a part of the study of the microeconomics. Microeconomics studies the working of the free market economy. In the sense, when you say free market economy, what does that mean? A free market economy is that economy where the economic decisions are taken by the market forces. The government intervention is not there. So what kind of decisions will be taken? Like, see, each and every nation has certain kind of resources with them. Like in a similar way, producers, then consumers have certain kind of resources with them. Now when you talk about producers will have certain kind of capital with him. So he has to decide that, suppose if I am producing certain kind of commodities, a good, and I have to decide that what to produce. Now I have, let's take the simple example, I have 100 rupees with me, and as a producer, that is my question. Now which commodity to produce, I have to decide. So in that, let's say 100 rupees, so what to produce, this is my first question, and that I have to decide. Then the second question comes here, that is how much to produce, the quantity of the goods which will be produced. So that you have to decide. This is my second question which is before me. And the third question, you can just see that how to produce, the technique of the production will be chosen here. When you come to the answering to these questions, three questions, microeconomics helps you to understanding these questions, and so you can make a better choice with the help of the study of the microeconomics. This is why it is important for us to understand, not as a producer, also as a consumer, theory of the price, or let's say the microeconomics. When we say that microeconomics studies the free market economy, it means that in the free market economy there is no intervention of government. Now what is this no intervention of government? There is one term used in the economics, you people would have not heard about this term, that is called laissez-faire system, where there is no intervention of the government in the market. The market functions itself. There is a demand and there is a supply of commodities, and these forces are free. As per these forces, the price of the commodities will be decided. So understanding the free market economy, that is the important thing, and microeconomics helps us to understand the free market economy. Then we have next point, that is the foreign trade. Of course this is also important. How? Microeconomics helps in explaining various kinds of aspects of the foreign trade. Like we have effects of tariff. Now what is this tariff? Like we have some taxes imposed by the government on us, right? So at the international level, when there is a trade between two countries which happens there, import and export, there are certain taxes in the form of, let's say, duties, in the form of tariffs, quotas are imposed. So this is what is called tariffs. Tariffs is nothing but certain kind of amount will be charged on the, let's say, either import or export. So understanding this, it becomes important for us, and microeconomics will always help you to understand the effects of tariffs on particular commodity. And it is obvious, right? How? If you know that if the let's say commodities price is 10 rupees, and if I am exporting that commodity to other country, and if there is a tariff imposed on that commodity, the price of the commodity is going to increase, right? So I have to understand that the importance of the microeconomics because of this. What kind of impact is there on the price of the commodity after imposing the tariff? That will be clear in the microeconomics. Then determination of the currency exchange rates. There are different currencies of the different countries. How the rate of these currencies are fixed, that will be decided in the microeconomics. It will be giving you the clear-cut idea about like how the rates of these currencies, exchange rates are decided. Then we have economic model building. This is the next point which is there in the importance of the microeconomics. Microeconomics helps you to understand the complex situations, economic situations which are there. There are different models, economic models, which are being built by the different economists, and those models helps you to predict about the certain variables. So it has made a valuable contribution to the economics by developing various kinds of terms, concepts. Then we have terminologies, tools, and economic analysis. Now why these models are important? Because these models, helps you to predict the behavior of certain variables. So these models are important. Then the fifth point is business decisions. Now taking business decisions well is the main purpose and the motive of any business. Any businessman would like to take business decisions better. Now how it is helpful? Microeconomics helps you to understand the business decisions well. So it helps to businessman for taking crucial decisions like related to the cost of the production, related to the maximization of the profit, and using the inputs and producing the outputs. So microeconomics helps in the business decisions, and businessmen, in order to take the decisions regarding the cost of the production, regarding the profit maximization, and the prices of the goods and commodities. So this is why studying the microeconomics is always helpful to the businessman. And it is not just helpful to the businessman, it is also helpful to the consumers and the government also. How that is useful to the government? Let's have a look at the next point, that is the useful to the government. Microeconomics is useful to the government. How? It is useful to the government in framing the economic policies. Each and every country has its government, and the government has to take the decisions regarding the taxation policy, the public expenditure, and also the price policies which are there related to the commodities. You will think that how microeconomics helps in the taking better decisions in regard to the price policies, then taxation policies, how that will be helping to the government. These policies help the government to attain the goal of the efficient kind of allocation of resources. The government's goal is to maximize the satisfaction of the people, welfare of the society. This is the main objective of the government. Let me just give you one example from this point. For example, if the taxation policy by the government, if it is being implemented, see, the government imposes taxes on us. Why it imposes taxes on us? Because it wants to take the resources from other people and distribute those resources among the poor people. This is what is the main purpose of the government. The government is doing the allocation of these resources in different people. So this is what is called the efficient allocation of resources. What the government is doing? The government is taking money from one side of the society and distributing those resources, that money, to the other side of the society. So taking from the rich to distributing it to the poor people. So the government is managing the resources in order to reduce the gap of this inequality in the society. So it is attaining that goal by allocating the resources in the society. Then we have next point, that is the basis of the welfare economics. We know that welfare of the society is the ultimate goal of any nation. Microeconomics explains how the best result can be obtained through the optimum utilization of resources. Like, nation has to decide where it would be using its resources. Resources in the sense money, human resources, natural resources which are there. Everyone would like to maximize its satisfaction, the society's satisfaction, with the optimum utilization of resources. There should not be wastage of resources. This is the main aim of any government, any nation. So the best allocation of resources will be there, then best utilization of resources will be there. It also studies how tax affect the social welfare. Each and every country has certain kind of taxation system. In India we have progressive taxation system. So when you impose taxes on the people, it impacts adversely on people. So the government has to take into account, while imposing the taxes on the commodities, the effects of that on the society. And microeconomics helps government in order to take such kind of decisions, utilize the resources for the welfare of the society. So this is what is the importance of the microeconomics. So today we have learned about the importance of the microeconomics and how the microeconomics is important for the businessmen, for the government, and for the individual producers, and also for the consumers. Microeconomics gives you that kind of advantage to understand these complex economic situations and take the better decisions. This is why microeconomics is important for us to understand. I hope you people understood this part. We'll meet in the next class with the introduction to the macroeconomics. Thanks for joining the class. Subscribe the channel for such latest videos and stay tuned with the class. Thank you so much.